Hello.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. We made it. It's July the 19th, 2026.
It is.
We are more than halfway through the year.
Yes, absolutely.
How are you
Going
doing
by
today,
really
Pam?
fast. Oh, I'm fine. How are you?
Oh, I'm okay. Another day's journey. As they say, another day's journey. I'm definitely glad about that. Okay, as we start to dive into these topics, we want to be with everyone for about a year up. I already have a topic already showing before I can get anything started. Before I can get anything started, yes, we're going to talk about Miss Brown. We're going to talk about Miss Brown. But before we dive in, we just want to say happy birthday for anyone who is celebrating a birthday. There's always someone celebrating a birthday, no matter where you are in the world. It's
Yes.
always someone's birthday. Always someone's birthday. So, from Mama Said a podcast and co host, we would like to wish everyone who is celebrating a birthday happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Certainly, certainly cannot say happy birthday without saying happy anniversary for those who are celebrating an anniversary. Would like to say happy anniversary. In Thursday starts Leo season.
Okay. Yeah. Today is actually, I do have one person. It's Lauren Wyatt. You call her
Oh,
princess. So today
yeah.
is her birthday.
Happy birthday, Lauren.
Mhm.
Happy birthday to you, Lauren. Yes, many, many more.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. Happy birthday. I don't know what it is. It's something's like burning my eye sockets.
Oh, Lord.
Sheesh. What did I get a hold to? It's burning my
Hey,
eyes.
Miss Barbara. She said good evening to my two favorite human beings. Good evening.
Oh,
Good
thanks,
evening.
Barbara. We love you, girl. Thank you so much for joining us. We're gonna I'm not gonna say we're gonna go fast, but we do have a lot to cover. As you know, it's been a very busy week for so many people, so much going on in the world. It's just trying to every day just trying to keep up with everything that is happening around us. But I do want to say that for those of you who do not know, The Price is Right is coming to Philadelphia.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I don't know whether you know about this, Plum, but yeah, it's going to be in our area, coming right here to Philly at the River Casino. They are looking for contestants of Wednesday, July the 22nd. It starts at 11 o'clock, and you can start lining up at 10 o'clock in the morning. They want you to come on down. When I was a young girl, I always wanted to be on The Price is Right. And I guess this is one of the closest opportunities that I have right now, right?
Yeah.
The casting producers are looking for energetic, outgoing people to appear on a televised taping of a long running game show. Auditions are open to guests. You have to be 18 years or older, and you must be legal, a U.S. citizen.
Okay.
So that is at the River Casino in Philadelphia. So you can go to riverscasino.com/Philadelphia, and it should take you right there. Yeah. They do have parking at Rivers is complimentary, and they do have a free shuttle runs throughout the day from the property's main entrance to the Rivers Suites. So there, you can definitely find some. There's parking there. Most casinos is going to make sure you have a place to park because they want you to come on in.
Hmm.
They want you to come on in. So good luck to those who are going to be traveling to participate in The Price is Right. You know that line gonna be long,
Super long.
right? You know that
Yeah.
line gonna be long. Absolutely. We also want to uh, I know this she celebrated a few months ago, but I wanted to sing and just not sing, but say happy birthday to Miss Susan Young Brown. She's 108 years old. She's from Delaware, and she's going to share with us some of her secrets to a long, healthy life. I mean, what better person to give us advice, right?
Yeah.
Someone who have lived a beautiful life. And guess what? You're going to be surprised to hear a little bit about her because she's amazing.
Mhm.
And she's still driving.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she's, and I think her license are still good until 2036 or so, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
10 years.
Yeah, I think 2036. But let's hear from her directly. Hold tight. Let me share this with you.
Birthday, and we mean major. She is 108 years old.
Go
Miss Susan
ahead.
Young Brown is a celebrity in her own way, one of the first members of Modern Maturity Center. She's been coming here since 1973. Inside the Senior Community Center, Miss Brown is likely the most senior.
I'm over 108.
Yes, she's 108 years old. She still joins group workouts 3 times a week. And yes, she still drives.
They renewed my driver's license until 2033.
She says the key to a healthy life is moving.
When I get up in the morning, I get down on the floor and I have an exercise routine. I think I've been doing it for the last 20 years.
Born in 1918 in Houston, Delaware, Miss Brown grew up during segregation, helping her family on a farm without running water or electricity. She later attended Delaware State College for colored students, and after graduating in 1945, spent 30 years teaching children across Delaware, including in a one-room schoolhouse.
When I retired, I said, well, now I walked around that classroom for 30 years, and I'm not going to sit down.
She's been married twice and is known for her sense of humor.
I guess I'm not very good material for men.
She has a son, a daughter, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren who are all lucky enough to enjoy her famous 7-Up pound cake, but only on special occasions.
Put butter in the pan.
From her famous 7-Up pound cake to her front row seat at a 108th birthday party attended by more than 130 people, including Governor Matt Meyer, Miss Brown continues to make an entrance everywhere she goes.
I grow old gracefully.
And for someone who's lived more than a century, the perfect birthday gift? Her very own reserved parking spot for drivers over 100.
See you later.
Oh my gosh, Miss Brown, you look amazing. I cannot believe 108.
CBS, thank you so much for sharing that information. That is so phenomenal to see and witness someone living to be 108 years old. We had a family member, a cousin of ours, who lived to be 106. So longevity. I'm praying for longevity. I'm praying for long life, healthy life. See, this is what I'm talking about. Healthy life where you're able to walk and get around and do for yourself. That's the part I love, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That
Yeah.
you are able to do for yourself. That's what we want. You know, that's a gift all in itself. That is a gift all in itself. So I want to thank CBS News for bringing that to the forefront. Now we're going to shift gears. I'm going to say that these episodes that we're going to be talking about, we're hoping to enlighten, to change people's lives, and to give them something to think about. I know about a year or so ago, we spoke about this young lady. She was a nurse, and she had did some damage to some of the children, newborns, babies that were in her care.
Mm-hmm.
And she just received her sentence. So I do want to share this information because this was something that we actually it bothered us because when you're pregnant, you're in the hospital, you're celebrating. The one thing you don't want to think about is that someone is harming your newborn. But I want you to pay close attention to the people at the very end of this video. Pay close attention to the people at the very end of this video.
It may be uncomfortable to hear. Former NICU nurse Erin Strautman has pleaded no contest to 9 counts of felony child abuse involving 9 babies at Henrico Doctors Hospital. In 2023, babies were found with broken bones, and Strautman was put on paid leave. Within weeks of her return, 3 more babies were hurt. Video shows Strautman pushing down on babies' legs and falling while holding a baby. Her attorneys say she was using a gas relief technique. Prosecutors say that's not for NICU infants. The maximum penalty for the 9 charges, 45 years behind bars. But Commonwealth's attorney Shannon Taylor negotiated with her defense that the county could seek a maximum sentence of 3 years in exchange for the plea deal.
The judge could have found some of these cases not guilty. If there was a not guilty, that would have prohibited a family from being able to come forward and participate in the victim impact statement.
The sentencing is set for June 5th.
There we have it. So a situation like that, when it's just horrifying to even think. I know that when you were born in 87, I won't name the hospital, but it was in New Jersey, and it was an announcement that they were some, can I say the word kidnapping? Because that's what it was. And, from that process, I did not want you to leave out of the room with me. They were saying they had an area where you're supposed to go to, and I was insisting there's no way. You're gonna have to fight me. You're gonna have to knock me you're gonna have to knock me out, because I'm not letting you take my child. And they was very cooperative, and they ended up bringing everything that you needed, weighing you and fingerprinting and all that kind of stuff that they do. And now they do it now
That's the normal.
Yeah.
So everything is done in the room. The only thing that's not done is if you have a son and he has to be the circumcision, then that's something that they don't do obviously in there, because it's but other than that, he didn't leave.
Right. Exactly. Yes. But back in years ago, they would take them. They had a little nursery. I don't even know where they have a nursery.
I don't think anymore. They do that. And I don't think they have nurseries anymore.
Okay.
I think. I mean, I've never seen one. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, back in my day, we had nursery, and you can go to the nursery and see all these different babies behind the screen, and but I don't think they probably did away with it, and now have all the babies in the room with the parents, which is much, much better. I'm sure the parents feel better too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, much, much better. I want to say, Barbara, she made a comment.
She said the next is the best season, Virgo.
All right, Barbara, I hear you. All right, Virgo in the house. All right, Barbara. Good evening. Hello, how you doing? Thank you for joining us, Pastor Wanda and Lady Demo. Yes, thank you both so much for joining us. We really appreciate you being present. Please feel free at any time to make a comment, suggestion. We're learning from each other, and we're never too old to learn, right? That's my motto. I'm never too old to learn. Happy birthday. Yeah, my birthday. And listen, my birthday is on the 7th, and my daughter gifted me my grandson, Ross. I got 2 grandsons as a gift, and a bonus grandchildren. But Ross was born on August 6th, a day before my birthday. Oh, that's a blessing. And she named him Ross, my last name. Oh, you just melt my heart.
And he is a piece of work.
He is a Leo.
He is a piece of work.
And you know what the funniest thing? He loves staying up like his Nana. He don't like sleep
all night long. Yeah. all night
Oh my
long.
God. The boy stays up. And I know I have a problem in sleeping. I've always had a problem sleeping. I never was able to sleep. You know, my mother used to always say, "You're supposed to sleep 8 hours." I would sleep 5 hours, 4 hours, and I'm good. You know, I can go 3 days without any sleep, and I know that's not healthy. So I'm learning
Yeah, it's
now
not
to
healthy at all.
force myself to go to sleep. Because sometimes you just got to force yourself to do something. Because, you know, you get scared as you get older. You don't want dementia or Alzheimer's and things that you did when you were younger. It might be, you know, affecting
If
you
you
when
don't
you're
listen
old.
to your body will make you listen to it.
Yes.
So,
On the other hand, my daughter is like her father. They love sleep. They would get their sleep in. They ain't play about that. Give me my 8 hours and give me a little extra, 10 or 12.
yeah, no, I don't play about sleep. Sleep is very important.
It is. It is. It is. And I appreciate that. Shows, you know, seeing you always getting your sleep is definitely a constant reminder for me to do better as far as taking care of myself. Thank you so much, Fimi, for joining us. We really appreciate you being here with us. Happy birthday, my Susan. There. Oh yes, happy birthday, my Susan. Yes, absolutely, Miss Brown. 108.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yes, God bless her soul. Absolutely. Your mom had an auntie that lived to 110. Wow, she died a couple of years ago in Alabama. Wow, what a wonderful life.
Yeah,
Woo, the eyes, the things in which they've witnessed, right?
absolutely.
Hey, sis, thanks so much for being here with us. We really appreciate it very much. God bless you too, bruh. Thank you all so much for being here. Now we're gonna turn the tables a little bit. And I assure you, we're not here to try to make anyone get upset. We're not here to try to make anyone get mad or angry. But we do want the information that we're sharing with you to be to enlighten you on what's going on in the world. There have been another situation, and this is something that I'm hoping that would help all of us as parents and as grandparents to be more aware when trust is broken. There is a child's death, a dentist arrested, and what every parent should know before a medical or dental procedure. This just happened this week, sadly to say. I'm going to share this video with you. And it just reminded me the things that we have to continue to remind ourselves to do for our little ones who don't really have a voice. We have to be their advocate. Stay tuned.
Died during a dental procedure. An arrest affidavit details multiple mistakes, starting with a lethal combination of medications given to the child. Fox 4's Lori Brown, live in Fort Worth with the story. Lori.
Clarice, the arrest affidavit for Dr. Chriselle Hemphill shows that the amount of pain medication given to the 4-year-old little girl would have been toxic even for an adult. And the doctor then tried to give her a drug to reverse the effects, and it was the wrong kind of medication.
From the outside, Cuddle Kids Dental Care looks like a caring and safe place for a child's dental procedure. But an arrest affidavit for the dentist, Dr. Chriselle Hemphill, describes reckless actions that ended a 4-year-old girl's life. Aitana Arriaga was getting a procedure done on her tongue April 1st. According to the affidavit, Dr. Hemphill gave Aitana a clear liquid medicine in a red cup. Aitana didn't like the taste, but Dr. Hemphill encouraged her to drink all of it. She then took the child back for the procedure, but told her mom that she was not allowed in the room.
During that procedure, anesthesia was provided to the 4-year-old. When the procedure was done, as they were attempting to wake her up from the procedure, she was unresponsive.
A temp dentist came in to assist with CPR. Paramedics arrived and took Aitana to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. According to the medical examiner, Aitana was given a powerful opioid pain medication called meperidine. The amount in her system was double the amount one would give to an adult. On top of that, according to an expert cited in the affidavit, they performed chest compressions and used a defibrillator for a heart that hadn't stopped. According to the board-certified anesthesiologist interviewed, she needed an open airway, head tilt, jaw lift, stimulation, and Narcan to reverse the respirator depressant effects. Instead, they gave her flumazenil, which reverses drugs she wasn't given. Dr. Hemphill was located Wednesday and charged with reckless injury to a child. Officer Brad Perez with the Fort Worth Police Department says an important part of this is what Aitana's mother should have been allowed to do. A reminder for parents to know their rights.
The one thing that I would suggest or strongly suggest is to make certain that if you feel you want to be there when your child is undergoing a procedure or so forth, then assist on that. Because I believe that this mother was wanting to check on this child but was unable to do so while the procedure occurred. Perhaps the mother could have seen signs that the doctor was not seeing at the time.
According to the Texas State Board of Dental Examiners, Dr. Hemphill had no disciplinary record with the state. Her license is still listed as active. Clarice.
Heartbreaking.
That is very heartbreaking, because it's a situation where you say to yourself, as a parent, what could I have done differently to save my child? And then you sit in the waiting room waiting for them to come out. And then they're calling the paramedics to come, and you're sitting in the waiting room. I can't even imagine what the parent was going through. But one thing I do want to say, Plum, and to our co-hosts, we're here. We're not trying to judge anything. We know that there's a legal proceeding that is going on, and that process belongs in the courtroom. We're here to empower our parents with questions that they should ask, rights that they should understand when they're having procedures done to help to take and protect their children before and during and even after any procedure. Do you have any comments that you want to make, Shakir, before I dive into what parents should do and what they should know?
Not necessarily. I mean, if you can get back there, don't be scared to say, I'm going back there with my kid. It's non-negotiable for me, especially because my oldest child, he has a speech delay, so he doesn't talk as much. So yeah, I'm going back there. So if I can't go back there, this is not the dentist place for me. I'm sorry. It's just not, especially at that young age. I can see if they were older, certain procedures and stuff, but at that age, I think it's very appropriate to go back there with your kid.
Yeah.
And if they deny you of that and they push back, then that you may not want to take them there.
Right. Exactly. And they could push back and say, I'm sorry, our policy is that there's no one allowed in the operating room. They could say that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be prepared. If they were to say that, there's other questions that you need to ask to understand exactly what happens. And one of the things I think for me is the sedation part, the anesthesia part. That's the most dangerous part in proceeding is, the local anesthesia, whether it's conscious sedation or whether it's general anesthesia. Those are some questions to ask. And who's going to be present in the room? Who else is in the room when these proceedings are happening? Take their name and their information and know who is actually going to be treating your child. That is very, very important. And making sure that you're giving them all of your child's medical history, not holding anything back, because you hold something back that could be extremely important, and then asking them what happens, what is the procedure if there was an emergency, what kind of equipment do you have, emergency equipment do you have, resuscitation equipment, things of that nature. Don't be afraid. Also, in my opinion, which I always have done for many, many, many years, I get a second opinion, medically, to make sure that you have all your options. I know sometimes you can feel very comfortable with your doctor. That's one thing. And you feel comfortable and you feel as though you're in good hands. But if you have any doubt at all, that's the time when you need to really go and seek another opinion, so that any uncertain opinions that you may have or questions that you may have, you can actually weigh out your options. And also following the pre-medical procedures, because sometimes they'll tell you don't drink water. I have to always remember this. You know, when you're having a procedure done, they'll tell you don't drink water after 12. So if you're planning to have anesthesia, that could affect you. People don't think, oh, a glass of water ain't gonna hurt. They put that policy into place for a reason, you know? And I think as parents, we always have to trust our instincts, right? If something doesn't seem right before or after procedure, you got to ask those questions, you know, because being educated is one thing, but having an instinct, that's a whole nother level of life that I think we all are blessed with, is an instinct. And then, you know, somebody end up saying afterwards, I knew I shouldn't have did that. Oh, I knew I should have did this. Or I knew I should have did that. Yes, those are things. And I got a dentist appointment coming up, and now I'm saying, should I cancel? Shit, there's stuff like this that can put a little fear, just a little. Barbara says that I am concerned about the overdose of medicine before procedure. It was too much, and then anesthesia. Yeah. And it seems as though when they were doing the procedure, they were giving her, the baby, medication that they didn't even need. So bad decisions, bad choices. And it's sad now that a life was lost. So we're sending our prayers to the family. We're sending our prayers to the family. This is such a tragic. And we all can learn from this of what to do if we're ever put in a situation where our children have to go for medical care. Now, I know some of the things that we're bringing to you right now it's going to be things more on this, I wouldn't say on the sad side, but things that we definitely need to discuss. Things that we definitely need to discuss. I don't know whether any of you heard about the young lady, the family greed and inheritance when money tears families apart, where her uncle unalived his niece. Did you hear about that? Over the house. There was a house that the mother left the house to the grandchild and not the son. And there was some sort of kerfuffle, and he ended up going to her job, waiting for her, and he unalived her. That's the part that hurts. And I think for all of us, we can learn from this. But I definitely want to share with you this little clip that we have.
The Bronx, her uncle is now charged with her murder, and police say the motive involved an ongoing family dispute over the inheritance of a home. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis is live at the courthouse in Melrose. Marcus?
And Sade, that dispute had been going on for a few months. In April, Michael Foster had his charge filed against his niece, claiming she forged his name on a deed. That charge was eventually dropped because investigators say he didn't cooperate with them. Now prosecutors say he had his niece murdered. Michael Foster said nothing as detectives walked him out of the 47th precinct last night. That's just a mile from where the NYPD crime scene unit spent hours collecting evidence, removing weapons, including a long gun from his house in Mount Vernon, the same two-family home where his niece Julia Anderson lived. The 39-year-old was shot to death Monday night in her car just after leaving work. Omaira Andino is the CEO of the nonprofit organization the victim worked for 17 years.
There's not one bad word uttered about her. She cared so much about the people that she supports. We even wanted to give her a promotion at one point, and she said, no, I love what I'm doing.
That work was providing care for developmentally disabled. Anderson had just completed her 4 midnight shift and was parked across the street from the group home when she was shot multiple times. The bullets fired from the passenger side of her Jeep.
I just finished a town hall meeting to talk to staff about it, and shock is probably the least I could say it is, but devastation is definitely is probably more accurate.
Investigators believe the motive is a dispute over inheritance of the family home. Records list the owner as Isilda Foster, who died in 2023. The suspect allegedly angry his mother left the house to her oldest grandchild. Endino says hearing Anderson's uncle is charged with murder is like something out of a movie.
She was well loved. It really is a devastating news to hear when someone just passes away. We've had employees pass away for illness. This is different.
And again, firearms recovered at the home. Foster prohibited from owning them. He had previously pled guilty to manslaughter for a 1991 shooting in Mount Vernon. As far as this case, he has been remanded. He is charged with murder, manslaughter, and criminal possession. And we're live in the Bronx. Marcus Solis, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
This was
really
disturbing
sad
to listen to and to hear and to, because, the thought was this. My first thought was that, we know how important, a will is. We know how important that is. But then you think about if the grandmother did not leave the granddaughter the home or have a will, would she still be alive today? You think, it's unfortunate and it's sad that even with the will, people are unhappy. And the sad part is they're unhappy about somebody else's property. That's the part that, one of the things I always said that I want to make sure I have my own stuff and not be concerned whether or not someone leaves me something or not. Because you can get so caught up in the web and you start losing sight of what's really going on in the world, when you do that. But one of the things I will say is this: it is very important to create a will. Don't leave your loved ones guessing about who should receive your home money and personal belongings or cherished family heirlooms. It's important to leave a will. A lot of people don't. We see it in the news all the time where people didn't leave a will behind. And then they have to go in front of the probate. And of course, it turns into the state. Now the state takes control, tell you what you can and cannot do. Right. And then you want to update your beneficiaries, because I know for me, I remember a situation where it was a husband and wife. They were married. They end up getting a divorce a few years later. And the husband ended up getting remarried to a second wife, and he passed away. But guess what happened? The first wife got his insurance and his 401k because he never changed the beneficiaries. You got to make sure you update this stuff. You make sure your life insurance and retirement accounts and pension and bank accounts and investments accounts and all the accounts that you may have, make sure that they are in order and they're up to date. Having a power of attorney. Choose someone you trust to handle your financial affairs, someone that you know that will carry out and make the decisions on your behalf.
But remember that power of attorney dies with the person.
That part.
Because a lot of people think that because you have a POA and the person dies, you do not. It dies with the person.
It sure does.
It
absolutely. 100%. You're absolutely correct. It sure does. Now, complete a healthcare directive. I think not having that done and a person don't know whether or not you want to be resuscitated, it's very important for you to have those conversations. Document your medical wishes and appoint someone to make healthcare decisions on your behalf. Someone you trust. Someone you trust. Right? Now, organize your important documents. Put them in a place in which it's easy to find. Keep it all in one place. Your birth certificate, your social security cards, your driver's license copy, deed, vehicle, what do you call it? Title, if you have your car already paid off, your medical records, the military records. There's so much. Have it all in one place so it won't be all scattered all over the place where people have to just go through so much just to find where everything is put in place. Now I have a little box that I got from Susan Orman years ago, probably 30 years, I think probably 40 years old. And it's waterproof, fireproof, and I can keep all my papers in that one box. Very, very important is to get something where everything is in place. And also some people be like, listen, when I'm unalive, when I'm gone, I don't care what happens. That's selfish. So selfish. That's what I say. Selfish. Shame on you. Make a list of your assets and debts. Include your bank account, your investment, your passwords, life insurance policies. Make a list. Have a spreadsheet. And then one of the things I think is very important, I talked to my daughter. I've been talking to my daughter since she was 5 years old about what I wanted, because I knew that it was very important for me to be transparent. Plan your funeral and memorial wishes. My daughter, no, I don't want no funeral. And how many times have I told you that, Shakira? Shakira? Shakira?
Sorry, I was on mute. I said that, yes, I remember, but I do remember being younger, much younger, and you would say that you wanted a horse-drawn carriage.
I did.
With white horses and
Yes.
doves and everything like that. So you did at one point.
I did
want that.
I did.
But you changed your mind.
I did. I changed my mind over the years. You know why I changed my mind? Because I have coordinated, and I'm going to say this, over hundreds of funerals, doing obituaries and just planning and so forth and so on for family and friends. And it's expensive, so I'm saying to myself, wow, that money can go toward better use. Because after the services is done, everybody going to be going and eating and partying and going on about their business. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking rationally that having a celebration of life, and not so much pour into the funeral part. No, I don't want to be cremated. That's not one of my wishes. And I want long life. God, please hear me. I want long life. But I think writing everything down of your wishes is very, very important. And I think when I seen that movie, I forgot what the name of that movie was. It was a daughter that she was disowning her mother. And it was horses with the buggy. I forgot the name of that movie, but it was so good. It was so good. But that's what I got that idea from. But since then, I've changed my mind. I do want to make sure there's a seafood crab party in my honor. Have difficult family conversations. People are scared to talk about these things. You got to talk about them so they know what's going on, because every last one of them is going to transition. We all are going to do that one day.
Yeah.
And making sure you have everything in order like you want is important. Now, one of the things I think to protect your digital life, create a secure record of important online accounts, digital subscriptions, and social media accounts, things of that nature. And one of the things I think for me is leaving something beyond money, your recipes and letters, and do a letter to your grandchildren, your children. My mother left letters to us, and to read those letters was so amazing and so heartfelt. And not only did she do that, she planted her own service. She said who she wanted to sing down to her pallbearers.
Mm-hmm.
She listed everybody who she wanted to participate. So we didn't have a problem in knowing what she wanted, because we were able to carry it out to a T. Some people don't want to talk about it. They don't want to discuss it. And that leaves your loved ones in limbo to kind of guess as to what you want. But prepare your affairs is about expecting the end. And it's not about expecting the end. It's about loving the people you leave behind. And when you love someone, it's clarity, it's peace, and it's unity. And it's knowing your final wishes are honored. So I say that, and I say this for everyone who is viewing this podcast. I wish each and every one of you long life. My daughter, my grandchildren, everybody that I know, I'm wishing everyone long life, but I'm also wishing that we all put our business in order when it comes down to making arrangements. Now we're going to shift gears, because we kind of like 15 minutes. Time go by so fast. An hour goes by so fast. It goes by quick. One of the things I do want to, I know there's a lot of things that we wanted to cover, but there's one thing I wanted to share right now. And it was disturbing to me, and it was brought to me by a friend of mine. And she, of course, it gives you this chilling feeling, I must say. It gives you this chilling feeling. It's a white woman. She breaks her silence about racism. And I want each of you to take heed and listen for what she has to say. Because a lot of people always say why they don't like Black people. Well, hear it from someone who's living that life.
I just had a thought. One of the reasons white people hate Black people is because we cannot tolerate Black joy. We cannot tolerate Black intelligence. We cannot tolerate Black beauty. We cannot tolerate Black confidence. We cannot tolerate Black camaraderie. We cannot tolerate anything that frees a Black person. There's a level of racism that I think hits differently for Black people than it does for Asian people or Hispanic people or Middle Eastern people or Native Americans even. Each one of those things that people think regarding other races are different with Black people, I think. Because again, we don't like Black people to be educated. We don't like them to be successful. We don't want Black judges. We don't want anything for Black people that doesn't directly affect and entertain us. So we can have a Black nanny. We can have a Black house cleaner. We can have a Black teacher. We can have a Black coach. We can have Black players. But only for the specific things that we feel comfortable with. I think about all those sweet children that have been killed, murdered, when they go out with their white friends. And I think that as much as the trauma of slavery comes down through the DNA, I think also the cruelty of slavery, the desire to hurt, the desire to steal and kill and humiliate and torment and disappear Black people is what comes down through the DNA. I think when you do something like that for long enough and you pass it down for the many years that slavery and enslaved people were in chains, that is an instinct with us, cruelty. And I think you can see it in many videos. All the white women and white men that are telling Black kids and Black families to get the hell out of here, you don't belong. We just don't want you to have more than us, honey. We just don't want you to be prettier. We don't want you to be the beauty standard. We don't want you to be judges or anything like that. We want you to be below us, beneath us. And we've tried so hard to keep you down, and we failed so badly. Because like Maya Angelou said, still you rise. We may hate you, we may beat you, we may do those things, and it makes us crazy that you keep coming back and getting better. We can't stand it. I don't know why that is. I think I heard somebody say that white people are the ones that have the ancestors that were closely related to the apes. And I believe that. We are so similar to Cro-Magnon man, Neanderthals. We're fucking pale monsters. I really hate being white sometimes. I'm super ashamed. I think things like, sorry, I don't get good sleep right now. I think when I see a young black kid with a bunch of white kids, or like I try to watch for things that are happening, and I was thinking to myself, you know, if I saw a black kid hopping in a vehicle with a bunch of white kids, what would I do? I mean, you know, I could do anything. I could get the black kid to come over and say, hey, I think I know your mother, come here. And then to say, you better get away from all them white boys. But I had a brown friend of mine tell me that that was silly and that it is savior-ish. Ooh, and I don't like that. White savior, white savior. Ugh. And then I still do it. I have it in me that black people need my help. Mexican people need my help. Hispanic people need my help. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. If they do, oh, please forgive me. I'm so sorry. If they do, they'll ask. That's one thing. They'll ask. And I'll know instinctually if I'm out and about and something's happening. I can just pay attention and see if there's a way for me to step to whatever the white person is doing. I don't know. We'll see. I think the cruelty lives in us, and I don't mean it like we don't have a choice. Of course we have a choice, but it comes down as instinct, and unless we work desperately, unless we work very, 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 very hard for very, very, very many years, we will never be rid of it. We'll never be rid of it anyway, but anyway, that's my thought, for whatever it's worth.
That was something that I'm
not surprised. I mean, it's better to know what you're dealing with than to think that you're not dealing with it at all. I say this all the time, living on the East Coast, we don't know who's racist. We don't. We can be working for races. We can be working with races, our client. Like, it could be so many different levels of racism, but we don't. It's not open up here. Not blatantly open like it is down south.
Right.
When I lived in Illinois, I didn't face anything racist when I did live in Illinois, but I could see that if they didn't like, you knew who didn't like black people.
Right, exactly. They didn't hide it.
Yeah, they didn't hide it. They didn't sugarcoat it. They didn't try to disguise it into a little bow. So I think her blatantness is something that everybody needs to hear. Now, everybody is not like her. That looks like her.
Definitely
but unfortunately, it's a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit, just like when they'll say, oh, all cops are not bad. No, but it's a lot of bad apples. If you're trying to make, it's not just a little sprinkle. It's a lot of them. That, because if it wasn't, then we wouldn't be seeing all this stuff on the news like we do. So I think as parents, you should be vigilant. Know who your kid's friends is, okay? I don't know who, I don't know what in what world it's okay to listen. I need to know your mama, your mama's name, your daddy's name. I need to know where they live at. I'm gonna look them up. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to know And for me, staying over somebody's house is just a no-go for me. I'm just sorry. Like, I feel more comfortable you coming over here. We can have pizza, blah, 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 blah. But like
Right.
you know how people are and how they deal in their households. So just be vigilant and be very present and know who they are. Get all up in their business. They are children.
Yeah.
They're kids. I'm all up in it. I want to know everything. I want to know your friends' names. Yes.
I need to tell because
That's Ross.
Yeah, that's Ross, you guys. Very bossy. Ross the boss.
Yes, yes. It's very important to know who your children's friends are. And one thing I think too, it's very important is to go in and inspect your children's room. Go in the closet because your kids be having all kinds of weapons and stuff, and you be like oblivious if something was to go wrong. But if you would have checked what's in your house, you would be knowing. Check behind the bed, check underneath the bed, behind the mirror, in the mirror, wherever they could stuff, check everything. Because you just never know.
Yeah, you don't know.
You never know. Because the worst thing that can happen is you find out after, and then you think to yourself, I could have prevented this if I would have inspected my child's room. I remember a conversation that we had where we were talking about, taking the child's hinges off the door where they couldn't even close the door, do whatever is necessary to keep your child safe and others safe. But I think when you hear this woman speak and she break her silence, I know it had to be hard for her to come on social media and speak in such a way. I do want to say that thank God all white people are not like that. Thank God there are some good white people. Thank God. I thank God. And the ones that are good, I'm just thanking them for speaking up, for those that are speaking up. And for those of you who are silent and you see something and don't say something, you just as bad, in my opinion. If you see something that you know ain't right and you don't say anything and you could correct the problem, just as bad. You just as bad. Because hate is huge, but love is greater. And love will conquer all. Love will conquer all. One of the things I do want to remind everyone, for those of you who do not know, we have approximately 106 days, 23 hours, 50 minutes to midterm election day. Okay? 106 days, 23 hours is the countdown. Because 106 days, that's going to go by quick. November 3rd will be here before we know it. It'll be here before we know it. Now, what I want to change gears and I know we have more things that I wanted to talk about, but what I do want to do is I want to take these few moments that we have and I do want to share, I want to share this one website. And the website is, this is for people who are self-employed. If you're self-employed and you're looking for a way to have someone to invest in your business or either donate to your business, okay? I'm trying to pull up the website real quick, so forgive me, y'all. Forgive me, I thought I had it at hand. I believe it's Nova, Niva, Niva.org, I believe is the website. I hope that is the website that I'm trying to. No, that is not the website that I'm trying to show you guys. And I apologize about that. That is not the website. I got so many websites. I got so much information. The correct website is Niva.org. Shakira, can you put that in the chat? It's NIVA, excuse me, NIVA.org, NIVA.org. Now, wait, is that the one? No, I'm sorry, Shakira. I need a glass of wine. Maybe that's what's going on. KIVA. Cross that out. KIVA.org, y'all. I'm sorry, Plum. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Okay, the website is KIVA.org. And let me just share the screen so you'll know that you are at the right place. This is what the website looks like. And let me just explain a little bit about how this website works. I think this is a phenomenal website. I know a few people who have gotten thousands of dollars in helping with their business. Say, for example, if you have a startup business and you need to incorporate your incorporation, you're really running short on cash, you can go to this website. You can create what you're trying to do. It's a little bit different than GoFundMe. This is called crowdfunding, which is a little bit different. And you can actually participate by loaning some of these individuals money. And guess what? They pay you the money back. Okay. They pay you the money back. Okay. And then you can relend all over again if that's what you choose to do. But let me just show you here how it works. I want to show you how it works real quickly. Now, these are some of the people that got 5 million people that it reaches. 91% said their quality of life improved. 85% reported an increase in confidence. And you can create the page from all over the world, just not in the United States. These are people from all over the world. If you're a nonprofit organization, I suggest you definitely go here. And they have all kinds of nonprofits that also participate in loaning you money. Some of them are the Walton's Foundation. I know many of you know who the Walton Foundation is. That's a part of Walmart, right? They have a foundation. They're huge on here. They participate on here on a largest scale. And say if somebody donate $1, most of the time when you get Walmart, Walton Foundation, I should say, involved, they will match it 2-to-1. Okay, which is excellent. Which is excellent. Now, let me just I know somebody that's on here right now, and I was just trying to find her. She's actually a medical doctor. Excuse me, she's a medical doctor. And you got all kinds of people that's on here. So please, if you're a nonprofit organization and you're looking to create some sort of food drive. You got Christmas coming up. You got Thanksgiving coming up. You got these holidays that are approaching. Okay. This is the young lady. She's a physician. Okay. She's a physician, Nima, and she only got 25 more days remaining, but she's looking for, I believe her goal was 15,000, if I'm not mistaken. I believe her goal was 15,000. But she is a physician. She owns a wellness and healthcare business, and she's serving women and family. So now she has Capital One. Now, Capital One have stated that for every $1 someone donate, they'll give her 4 times the matching by Capital One. Okay. So this is a great way to go on this website, whether you're an individual person or you're a nonprofit organization. You can go on here and people can loan you the money, and within 30 days, you start paying the money back. But it still gives you a way of getting money. And let me tell you something, it happens really, really quick. I see people that get on here and within 30 days, 20 days, 15 days, they have their project funded. Okay. This is someone that's looking to get in Mexico $50,000, and she's already received, let me see, she got $42,000 to go. Okay, so these are just examples. It doesn't matter who you are, okay, where you're located. Just create the account and follow the prompts, whether it's for $500 you're looking to borrow or it's $100,000 you're looking to borrow. Okay, the more information that you give, the more you will attract the nonprofit organizations to participate. Okay, you attract the nonprofit organizations to participate with you. Okay, I hope this information is helpful. Now you do have the match loan, so you can go at the very bottom of the website and you look for match loans. Go at the very bottom and you look for match loans. Okay, and then of course you do the drop down here and you pick your country wherever you are. Of course, United States is on here, so you pick the country where you are, and then you put what you're trying to accomplish. Okay, what you're trying to accomplish, which I think is fantastic. So I say good luck to everybody that may participate in it. I hope that information is useful, helpful to someone who is trying to get ahead and need a little help, a little help. Okay, and you could donate. You can actually loan money, $25, $100, doesn't matter how much it is. It's in increments of 25. You could be a part of that in loan money, and they will pay you back. They will pay you back. Okay, and they have a pretty good success rate. So is there anything else you want to add on? Because we are out of time. We're out of time. We're out of time. Before you say anything, Shakira, I want to read some of these comments. Shakira, if you could just read some of the comments.
I said he's an idiot. He still won't get the house. He's going to be in the big house prison. Here I come.
I totally agree. What a nut. I mean, you have to be out of your mind. A house? You got all these houses out here and you crying over one house. Get out of here. Get out of here. That's stupid. Don't do it. Don't do something that you will later on regret. Because when you behind them bars and looking for people to come visit you, putting something on your books, and they don't show up, don't get mad at nobody but yourself. Don't get mad at nobody but yourself for making crazy mistakes. Costly mistakes, I should say.
Miss Barbara said, yes, Aunt. She said, yes, Dottie, he will be living in a gated community.
That's funny. That's funny. Oh my goodness. The decisions that people make is just uncrazy.
And imitation. Miss Johnson said imitation of life. And Miss Barbara said the same thing about the movie.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh, that's what the movie was. Yes. That movie made me cry. Oh, yes, that was a good movie. That was definitely a good movie. That was and wine coolers for my Barbara said cremation, Barbara? Well, all right, Barbara. Chicken wings and wine coolers for the well, all right. See, I love a person that knows what they want in life and afterlife. In life and afterlife. Shakira, do you have anything that you would like to add on?
No, just have a blessed week and be nice to someone you don't know what they're going through.
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. I totally agree. I totally agree. Thank you all so much for joining another episode of Mama Said It. Shakira, you want to explain some of your books before we go? You want to explain some of your books before we go? Let me just pull them up real quick.
This one is 60-Day Soap Bible Journal. It's just a breakdown over the next 60 days. It gives you scripture. You have to read the scripture. You have to observe it. And then explain how you apply it to your life. And then you will write out a prayer daily for 60 days.
It's not showing up. It's not showing up. I wonder. It's not.
Because you have that background, that's why.
Oh, that's why. Oh, Okay. All right. I understand.
This next one is just a prayer and scripture journal. So it's 365 days, so you write in it every day. And it gives you a scripture at the bottom.
Yes.
And then the last one is a devotional guide and journal rooted in faith. So going over different type of emotions, how you can deal with them, what scriptures to read, and journaling to help you cope.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank y'all so much for being a part of Mama Said a podcast. Please share. Please share, hopefully, some of the topics that we discussed with you this evening. I know we couldn't get through everything, but I'm hoping that next week we could pick up where we left off. Hey, niece, thanks so much for joining us, Pam. Do something different today that you didn't do yesterday to change your tomorrow.
Mama said it clear as day. Storms will come, they won't stay. Pray it out, let it go. Don't let grudges steal your road glow. Hold your head up, chase the sun. This race ain't over, it's just begun. Mama said there'll be days like this. Keep your faith, don't you miss. Every stumble, every fall, every shadow on the wall. Just a chapter, not the end. Keep on running, don't pretend. Lift your heart, with every step, the world will shake. Mama said, every day's